Hi everyone, Shyaman here from Hyper Automobiles, and what we have here today is a 2021 Land Rover Range Rover Discovery Sport, and I'm going to review it. So I'm going to show around the exterior, the interior, the boot and the engine. I'm going to tell my final verdict on it. Now, before we get on to the review, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming and you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. So yeah, please subscribe. Anyway, I'm Shyamanand and this is Hyper Automobiles. Now let's start off the review by talking about the design of the new Discovery. So nothing much has changed honestly. You have this bold lettering over here written Discovery and the main grille, the signature grille of Range Rover. So the top half is fake honestly and bottom half is real. You have the Land Rover badge over here in the side, again signature, very signature. Coming to the headlamps itself, very nicely made. They adjust automatically, so they are rear auto adjustable headlamps too. Down, completely real, nothing is fake over here. One thing I didn't like is you have a little bit of fakery over here. I don't know why they did that, but on the plus side over here it is completely real, so it ensures smooth airflow through the side of the wheels. Now coming to the bonnet itself is kind of plain because not many cuts and creases are there. It goes well with the car. The minimalistic approach is extremely good with this car. Over here you can see a black part completely for aesthetics, and if you notice it's black over here and black on the roof, so it's a two-tone paint. You have the top half is black and the bottom is white. It really goes well, and that brings us to the side of the car. The side, these small details that catches your eye. It's written Discovery over here. I don't know whether you guys can see it, but other than that, here it's kind of fake. So you have this fake venting thing over here. I don't know, but the Discovery thing is pretty cool. And what tires do you get here? So you get 18s as standard all around, which is huge. And by huge, I mean extremely huge. And if you see the side profile of this car, the main thing that catches your eye are the wheels because they're 18 inches and the car itself muscular and it's huge, beautiful. When the door mirrors are painted in black, which is an awesome addition, I guess, because it matches the roof. And the door handles are in white. You have the Land Rover badge over here in the C pillar. You have a shark fin antenna over there, and you have a fixed rear spoiler, which is pretty cool, in black, painted in black. You have the rear windshield is medium sized, but the view from inside is awesome. Over here you again have Discovery written in bold lettering. Nice. You have the model over here, it's Discovery Sport and it's a D180S, so it's a diesel. And you have Land Rover again over here, a badge. When the tail lamps are made extremely well, you also have a rear wiper. The cladding over here is not much, it's pretty thin, but when you see it from the side, in nature it has a very wide body and gives it a lot of stance. So this very car has a lot of road presence. So to conclude the exterior design features on this car, my say is that it's a very smart looking car. At the same time it has that wide body feeling and it has a lot of road presence in it. So yeah, that's about the design. Let's get on to the interior of the car. So before we get on the interior, I have to show this. So you have puddle lamps under the mirrors. So there's a projector under the mirror which projects directly outside the door and it looks beautiful. You can see that a Land Rover is just moving on a road. Beautiful that is. Coming to the interior, you have a lot of this blue theme going on, I guess. The blue theme going on. You have over here under the door bins, over here under this main console. You have a lot of this blue theme going on, but once you're in, oh my god, it's an awesome place to be. Even getting in was extremely easy. So I have loads of headroom and even the sunroof is over here, so it frees up a little more space, the cutouts, but loads of headroom I have over here. And then knee room, yeah, obviously loads of them. Over here you have a frameless rear view mirror. How cool is that? That's extremely cool. So over here you have a vanity mirror and you have an optional light that is pretty cool, so you can turn it on whenever you want and just switch it off. Pretty sick. Sunglass holder over here. You have touch sensitive lights. Now that is a first. I'm seeing this for the first time. Just touch. Coming to the general quality of the interior, soft touch materials over here, and you have this awesome luxurious piece of wood over here which adds to the aesthetic look. Beautiful, that is awesome. Steering wheel feels very nice, and yeah, it's all touch sensitive buttons, which I'm not the biggest fan of touch sensitive buttons, but yeah, it's fine. It's a bit fiddly, but I would prefer the normal physical buttons. And here you have paddle shifters for the plus and minus. You have the stalks for the wipers over here and stalks for the lights over here. Continuing with the general quality, you have all soft touch materials, nothing hard. Again, you have this luxurious piece of wood over here. Beautiful. The AC vents are shaped extremely thin and it just goes well. It just goes with the flow on the dashboard. Beautiful it is. Over here also you have soft touch materials. Here too, the start stop button over here. Here. It's a very well made cabin, well thought of. You have airbags over here, you have curtain airbag, and the seats on this are epic. They're just extremely comfortable. They're perforated, they have the ventilated function, heating function, all of them. Coming to the practicality and storage space in the front, we have a soft opening glove box, which is pretty cool. And it's a huge glove box, believe me. It's deep, it's huge, it opens wide, everything. Speakers over that. And coming to the doorbell, it doesn't fit completely, but you have to make it lie down. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why Range Rover plan to do that, because if I were keeping a bottle like this, I would keep it standing. Slowly coming down, the quality can get a bit low, but yeah, I forgive it, completely forgive it. Over here you can see the other side skid plates. It says Discovery and beautiful. Now coming to the center console, the infotainment system, you have the infotainment system over here. It's a 12.4-inch infotainment system, one of the best in class. I'll turn it on and show you in a minute. It's surrounded by this gorgeous piece of I don't know, chrome kind of thing, chrome metal kind of thing on both sides. Beautiful. All these are digital, which I'll again show in a minute. These dials, I'm happy they kept it physical. Under that you have wireless charging, which is awesome. It's almost standard in all new cars, but when I see it for the first time, it's awesome. You have wireless charging over here, and you get the gear selector over here, and it's placed in the center of this plastic chrome kind of thing. Over here you have two cup holders, very generously sized, and they have these grips so that your cup doesn't fall off. Over here you have more storage space, so it's also an armrest, and yeah, obviously in soft material. You press a button over here and have a look at the space. It's huge inside, and it goes here, and it goes all the way inside. If you can see, it just goes all the way. It's like a tunnel which goes a long way, believe me, a long way. And it's all coated with this soft material. It's felt or something, but it's very nice. Now as soon as we start the car, we can see that this is the infotainment system. And as I told before, it's a 12.4-inch infotainment system, and it competes with BMW's iDrive and all, one of the best in class. So yeah, over here the infotainment system is not at all laggy. It's very smooth, extremely smooth. So it's pretty much, you get what you're paying for. I'm so happy. It's very smooth. There is no problem with the infotainment system. Extremely good, very nice. I'm really happy with it. And just below the infotainment system, you can see that there's a lot of these buttons over here which you couldn't see before. So yeah, all these are digital except these two. Over here in the steering wheel, as I've told before, you have these digital buttons, and when you turn on engine, all these come to life. So you have the voice assistant and a lot of controls Discovery written over here. And here you have the digital display in the middle, and you have part of the speedometer is analog and the other half is digital. I don't know, I'm not sure whether I like it, but yeah, it looks different compared to many cars. And yeah, it's good that I experiment. Before we get on the rear seats, I just want to show you the sunroof. So you get a panoramic sunroof as standard. So you just have to press this button over here, and first the sun blind goes. Yeah, it takes a while, just bear with me please. Well, that's a bummer. We have the sun blind over there, and the glass would not open. So it's a fixed glass and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, that's weird. And that is a sign for us to get into the back seats. Coming over to the back seats right now, have loads of headroom. That too, the cutout for the sunroof increases the headroom even more, which is awesome. And here, knee room's beautiful. You have a lot of knee room. The legroom can stretch out how much ever you want. Very luxurious car, very spacious car. You have lights over here and here, two reading lights. These are not touch, while the front ones are touch. These are just normal buttons. You have one also for the boot. The seats in general are extremely comfortable, just like the ones in front, perforated. The bolstering is very minimalistic, very nice. And then ISOFIX points for your child seats, which is again very nice. The ISOFIX anchor point covers, you have to remove them and put the seats, so you may lose them. I don't think that's the best idea. You have to have you have to put something like this or something which opens, but it's good. You just have to fix it over there, done. You have two AC vents over here with heating and cooling. You have two USB ports over here and one 12-volt socket, which is pretty good. And coming to the storage in the back, you have these airplane kind of pockets over here. They can hold very less, but yeah, they increase knee room for the person in the back, which is nice. Same thing over here. And the quality is also extremely good over here. You have this soft touch material over here, speakers over here. Again, you have this wood trim which looks very beautiful. It adds the aesthetics of this car. Now, will you be able to fit a third person in the middle row of this car? So the headroom again is extremely good. The knee room is obviously unlimited. The leg room is a little tight, but honestly you can fit a third person over here. You don't need to squeeze him. You can go comfortably in your journey. So another thing I found out was you pay 65 or close to 70 lakhs for a car like this. And have a look at these windows. Why does this stop over here? That's kind of annoying when you think about it. Getting in and out of this rear seat can be quite a hassle because of this rear wheel arch kind of intruding your space a bit. Coming to the chassis and suspensions of this car, on the front axle you have McPherson struts, and on the rear axle you have integral coil springs. And you also get air suspension as standard. It gives it a very smooth ride. Although this very air suspension has a few minor issues with it. It breaks down sometimes, very rarely the air suspension on this, but other than that, it gets air suspension as standard. That's awesome. And it gives a very smooth ride, very pillow-like ride. Beautiful. Now coming to the boot over here, it opens extremely wide, huge boot. You can load things extremely easily. And you have the scratch plate over here so then you don't scratch your expensive paint. And then over here, it's actually a 7-seater, but now the rear 2 seats are folded. So now it is a 5-seater, as you can see. With 5 seats up, you have 258 liters. And you can also fold the middle row too. Fold the middle row, you just have to pull these two over here. This folds the rear seat and this one the middle. This is the left one. Yeah. So with all the seats folded down, you get a fairly flat floor. Now you have 1137 liters of boot space, which is a huge amount. Close the boot, you just have a button over here like many modern cars. Just press this and let's get on with the engine. Now, to open the bonnet of this car, you just have to pull a lever here and then the struts just take it for you. That's extremely good. And then over here you have insulation, which you need to get in a car like this. And here comes the engine, the heart of the car. So what you get here is a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine, which outputs 177 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque. So again, you see that the torque is extremely high at 430, and 430 Newton meters is not a joke. It's a huge amount. All this power is sent to all the wheels, as this gets all-wheel drive as standard across the range, and it is sent to all the wheels through a 9-speed automatic torque converter gearbox. Now, coming to the final verdict of the car, what do I think of the new Land Rover Range Rover Discovery Sport? So first of all, I think it's an extremely good car. And the design is extremely smart according to me. It looks very smart with these elegant headlamps. The tail lamps look awesome. The grille, signature Land Rover grille. I think it looks really very smart. And the two-tone paint theme, the black on top and white over here, that just adds to the whole experience. Very nice. The interior is beige. Beautiful thing. And it's a 7-seater. So the Discovery comes only as a 7-seater. If you're fine with a 5-seater Range Rover, I would say that just go for the Evoque. You don't have to spend extra money on the Discovery. But if you want 7 seats and you don't want to utilize them all the time, you can just get a Discovery or Discovery Sport. That's my advice. And yeah, that's what we think about the car. Let us know what you think about the car in the comments below. As always, please make sure to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming and you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Goodbye.